Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys items from San Diego Comic-Con 2018. So now I've been making videos about just kind of some of the figures that have been shown. Sideshow kind of released official images of the Hot Toys that are going to be shown at Comic-Con, so I'm making several videos just talking about them in their kind of preview stages. And again, I will probably make other videos going forward just talking about them in more depth as more photos come out and possibly more characters are shown. So feel free to check out those. So as you can see here, I'm just doing kind of a DC video where I'm talking about the most interesting DC figures shown. Not many were shown. I think that only these two were shown, to be honest. But even if more were shown, these were the two that I was most interested in. I think that these are quite cool. First of all, we have Arkham. It's Batgirl. This is not a surprise character for us because in the photos of Deathstroke, you could see Batgirl. You couldn't see her well, but you did see that it was Batgirl. So we knew they were going to make a Batgirl figure, and now we officially have an image of it. I never have been a big fan of Batgirl in the games. I mean, I don't really even remember her participating in the main storylines. I think that she's a part of like side storylines, but I don't think she actually is integral in the main storyline like at all, if I'm not mistaken. But personally, I think that she does look good. It looks like a good figure. I think it's a good representation of her in the game. Face-wise, it does look very cartoony, which you could say, well, it's a game, it should. But I think that the Arkham Batman figure, that one you could see his face, of course, because it has a similar style of helmet, obviously. But he looked gameish, but he looked very realistic. Like, it looked like he popped right out of the game. This one looks very cartoony, but not super gameish. It doesn't look like she jumped right out of the game, to be honest. It looks a little just kind of eh. The cape, I think, is really thick, which probably means that it's not going to hang the greatest, but it looks like it has a wonderful wire in it. And I'm a big fan of wired capes. I think that those are quite fun. So overall, she does look like a decent figure. Character-wise, I do love the Arkham games, and I love figures from the Arkham games. But out of all the characters to do, Batgirl is definitely one that I'm not super interested in. I definitely won't be picking up that figure, to be honest. And I was really hoping they'd show other Arkham figures. Now, who knows? Maybe they will. It's still very early on. But I was certainly hoping for other characters like Scarecrow or what I would most prefer is Harley Quinn. So I'm surprised we still haven't seen her yet. But overall, it's nice that they're still continuing it. And for people who enjoy the Batgirl character, the figure looks pretty decent. Now, as far as Aquaman, this is quite exciting because Aquaman is a movie that doesn't come out until December. So we have a long time to go. I think this is the earliest they've ever shown a figure at Comic-Con, to be honest, because they've shown figures for movies that have come out in November, but they've never done one for December, if I'm not mistaken, at least. So this is quite interesting to see a new figure. And it's Corn the Cob Man. No, but he definitely, like, the skin texture. Like, I love the fact that there's so much detail in the suit, like, for the figure. But it looks like it's so deep that he looks like a Corn the Cob. He really does, which is a little odd. This is obviously his kind of comic roots style costume, which we've seen before via a statue that also revealed the Black Manta figure, or the Black Manta costume. I think more people were interested in the Black Manta costume, and therefore not many people gave this suit much attention. But Hot Toys is, of course, making one, and I think that it looks alright. Face sculpt wise, it doesn't look really any better from the Justice League one. I don't know if that is the Justice League head sculpt or not, but it doesn't look like it's any better. So I hope that they would improve it, because the Justice League one looks decent, but it certainly could use improvement. But figure wise, I think that it looks pretty nice. It looks exactly like the other figure. It looks like it's something that's going to be pretty restricted motion wise. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of this costume. Like, Aquaman seems to wear a lot of cool things in his new movie, sometimes armored and sometimes not, but this is probably the one that I would say is the weakest. It obviously is a nice hat off to the comics, but just personally, I don't find it any special or anything. I don't think it's great, but it is nice to see that they're working on Aquaman figures. I am actually getting more and more excited for Aquaman as more is revealed. I'm very excited to see the trailer this weekend. That's going to be great, and Black Manta is really exciting me. So Hot Toys, if they made a Black Manta figure, assuming that he's decent in the movie, I think I'd be all over that one. So hopefully, fingers crossed for that. But it is nice to see that they're working on Aquaman figures. It's nice to see that the Arkham line isn't over either. So these are not the best characters or versions of those characters, in my opinion, from what the movie and the game they're from. However, it's nice to see that they're working on those two properties. So personally, I'm not going to pick up these two, but I will most likely pick up other figures in their series, basically. So there you go. That's my thoughts on these new Arkham Batgirl and the Aquaman from Hot Toys at San Diego Comic Con. Let me know what you guys think of them, and thanks so much for watching.